Mom, Dad's being weird again.
Luscious.
Honey,
So full.
it's just grass.
Oh, it's so much more than just grass. It's a healthier, greener, and more luscious lawn. Yours can be too.
Look at you.
With Kabursky Brothers Lawn Care.
Remember, no shoes on the lawn. Because you're so beautiful.
Call or click today.
Oh, hey, happy Monday. What's your problem? Sit up.
You,
Act like you've been here before.
Mackenzie's just been pissy all day.
It's only
And now
me.
we're doing a show. People want to be positive, and you're
I
just
know.
out here being angsty.
Guys, I'm in a piss poor mood today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the weather. It's 60 degrees on June 9th. It's a Monday, but I usually like Mondays when I get to hang out with you guys. I don't know. I'm just in a shitty mood. I'm in a shitty mood. I am. I'm sorry.
Is this carried over from yesterday?
No, yesterday was a great day. I took a nap, which I don't do, which made me actually feel kind of bad. So
See?
maybe, yeah.
Here it is.
I don't know, you guys.
It's starting.
I don't know.
Cade Murphy, please jump in here. How
Hi,
are you feeling
Cade.
today? Are you being pissy today?
Not yet, but that can change. You
I
never
won't
know.
change it.
That can always change.
Cade has extra. Okay, Chris, with his comment, I'm going to wring some necks. You know, I'm not above fighting.
Which Chris, Hassel or Williams?
No.
Oh, Chris Schubert says it going to last about a week.
Oh,
That's
Chris.
none of your business, Chris.
Come on, man. Come on, Chris.
I actually don't even have those parts. You know, I'm a robot down there.
No, you're not. You still
Yeah.
have your normal, natural, womanly cycle, right? Just because you take out the uterus, the whole
I'm
thing
so
still
done.
keeps
I am so
working.
done with this. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Kate, get back in here. I want to address the adorable hair poking out from behind your hat. You're growing your hair out. Get in here.
I am, yeah. I got some wings going on right
I'm
now.
looks really
loving
good.
it.
Do
it's
you?
So
That's good
cute.
to hear.
Yes.
So, my dad and Jenny, they weren't the biggest fans of the hair growing out at first, but Jenny has grown around on it. She's a big fan of it now. I can't say my dad is, but he's coming around. He's learned to accept it. But Jenny's the
Your dad
biggest
also
advocate
thought
for
the
the long
Beatles
hair.
had too long a hair. So
Well, my dad, my dad thinks that a buzz cut is too much hair, probably. So
he's just jealous.
He's
He
just
used to have your
like,
flowing
he's
locks.
emotional.
he's always been clean cut. Like even in old photos of him, like he's always had clean cut hair.
I've
he's
seen
just
some
an
photos
old,
of your dad, and I won't go there.
Oh,
Great
you think
photos.
Keith Murphy's hot?
Of course.
He was a stud.
goodness.
Of
He was a stud.
course,
He
Jenny.
was a stud.
Don't come at me. Don't talk
was
about this on your new
quarterback.
podcast. Like, I don't want them to, we're already getting talked shit about on other podcasts, by the way. Okay. Chris and Chris, they say we're stealing their stuff. I don't know what they're talking about. I never heard them talk about a placenta. Never heard them utter the word placenta. If you don't have a placenta, I can,
You get it's the important thing of the pickling of the
Okay,
placenta.
all right.
is
I gotta
important.
cut you off.
Okay.
2 weeks is too much. I'm sorry.
yeah, you're right.
We're good.
So I'm
We're
just
good.
saying, by me saying that Keith in his heyday, attractive, I don't want them to start talking about this on their new podcast, Happy Hour with
Which
Keith
is on
and Jenny.
Fridays.
Which is on Fridays, a new show to the network. That's so fun. Cade, did you know about this?
I did. Yeah, I'm the producer for that show. So
You are?
I am. Yes.
You're two-timing us? Oh my
I'd-
God, this is gonna make my
kinda
bad
am,
mood
you
worse.
know.
I'm
I'm
actually
sorry.
done. You
I'm
know,
on
you
it.
want to just
Yeah.
take over?
I don't consider myself a part of that show. I produce it, but like I'm actually like a member of this show. I think I'm more included in this one. Not that I don't want to be, but those two can talk forever. So I
That's awesome.
don't really have to come in as much. But this is my show. I consider this my show. I'm loyal to you guys. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm not actually mad. I do a good job of pretending to be mad, but I'm not actually mad. I'm not even mad at you, Chris.
I'm just trying to stay on your good side. That's all, Kenzie.
Kate, I just want you to not wear a hat someday. You have such great hair, and you're wearing a Florida Marlins hat.
I will. I wake up too early to do my hair at this moment in time. But if we do
Man,
like a
most
weekend
days.
show or something, I'll be ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be ready too. I really do want to see that. I cannot say one more word without wishing my mother a very, very happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you.
Yes,
Look
happy
at her.
birthday, Mama
Mama
Mackenzie. Mama K. What's her first name again? K.
Mary Kay.
Mary
I mean, this confused
Kay.
the shit out of me when I was a kid, okay? So her name's Mary Kay. She's always gone by Mary Kay. So, when she's teaching me my middle name, I'm like, well, what's your middle name? She's like, it's Kay. I'm like, so your name's Mary KK? She's like, no, it's Mary Kay. That's weird. It's kind of weird. She has the two, the first name, middle name, but it's a good name. It fits her. Isn't she a Mary Kay? Look at her. She's so cute.
Yeah. Did she ever sell Mary Kay?
No, she never did.
Didn't have that pink Cadillac out front?
No.
Would have worked out well.
It would have. Wouldn't have been nice?
Well, my
and you
brother
have
and
some exciting
sister-in-law,
news.
as we're getting, the good feels out there. Welcome to the world, Sky Rose Sipker, my newest niece, which makes two. And congratulations, Nick and Mom Jenna. You guys are great. I can't wait to get over there and meet Sky. Tomorrow,
man.
it sounds like.
That is such a
Tomorrow.
strong name, Sky Sipker. That's a superhero waiting to
I
happen.
think so too.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
my mom's middle name is Rose, and so that's where they got that Rose from, which was my great grandmother's name. So that's very cool. Welcome. I can't wait to meet you, Sky.
That's so
I know
sweet.
she's
So-
going to be. I'm sure she's listening right now to Overthinking.
You know she is. And I bet she was actually listening when she was still in utero. They put the headphones on her. So she already knows who you are. She can't wait to
Thank
come
you.
see you.
Thanks for making me feel that way.
Yeah, I'll make you feel bad now. Now you need to have a baby and just
Well, we have
Like our
a
cousin.
I think we can get. I'm looking forward to getting to Overthinking in the Wild today because we have a question about that, and
do.
this is certainly something I am very much overthinking, and it involves artificial intelligence. So
Oh,
stay
gosh.
tuned for that.
Of course it does. Of course it does. Okay, before we get into everything, I've been overthinking something. It was an interaction I had at the grocery store. And I need you guys to tell me if I should overthink this or if I shouldn't overthink this, okay? Okay, it was a couple weeks ago. I ran into somebody in our local grocery store. We have a nice little grocery store here in town. And she was originally from this area, but she has since moved away. She lives on the East Coast somewhere, okay? So she's back. And I ran into her. I said, hello. And she had she had this drink, okay? This drink. And I said, oh, those are good. She goes, yeah. I'm surprised that this store even had them. And I was like, oh, yeah. Okay. So I let that kind of go by. And then she had this wine in her hand. I was like, and that's pretty good too. She's like, yeah, it's okay. So I was like, okay. So then we wrapped that up and I walked away. And then on the drive home, I thought, what the hell? Was she kind of trying to be like elitist toward me?
Oh, not towards you, to the entire small town. Where is this grocery store? Is this in Sigourney?
Yeah.
The
It's a
Sigourney
nice
grocery
brothers
store
market. It's a brothers
just got
market.
the
It's a
pinky
franchise.
turned up, the little nose turned up. That's right. You just got
When I-
coastally eluded.
When I tell you, I'm still mad about it. And maybe that's what's fueling this pissed off mood.
Yeah, she sounds insufferable to talk to or just be around. I would say respect to her, but that really wasn't respectful whatsoever. But she sounds terrible.
And it didn't hit me in the moment. It took until my drive home to
When
really.
you were
for it to
definitely
hit.
overthinking it. I
And
appreciate
then
that
I
you're
was
doing
like,
this so much.
And I almost turned the car around and said,
Yeah.
like, bitch, what? Why
I need
would
to
we
finish
not
this
have?
conversation?
Yeah. I was nice to you and I was too nice to you, but I'm ready to have this conversation now that I've lined out all the bullet points in my head and I'm going to come at you. And you're going to have no place to go.
Reminds me of all those people that, myself included, like leave Iowa and they like start shitting on it just because it's, for anyone that's lived there their whole life, but everyone eventually comes back, man. I'm telling you, everyone finds a way back here.
Well, it's if you want to insult someone from the coast, then you just be like, so how much is it for a beer at your local bar? $14 for a single beer? Wow. How
But
about
I
that
think they
traffic?
like
What's your
paying
commute like every day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that 12 blocks you have to go takes you 2 hours. Oh, weird. Okay, well, we don't have that here.
How's that closet space you call a home?
How about that food you're eating? You enjoy that? That comes from our soil.
That's
You
right.
bastards.
You sons of bitches. So I am
Yeah,
actually.
you've been overthinking it. I'm glad you didn't turn back around. You didn't need to get into a fight. You would have definitely been able to claw this woman's eyes out and had to break that bottle. You would have if you needed a weapon. It was very Midwestern of you to just let her go on her elitist way. You
Yeah,
handled it well,
okay.
Mackenzie. I think you
Thank
can be overthinking it.
I am. I'm overthinking it. Thanks, God. Thanks, Kate. Oh gosh. See, I'm already getting into a better mood, so thank you so much. What did
You're
you
welcome.
do this weekend? What's going on? Like what's going on in your life? Your
After
world?
the patio tour on Friday over at Either Or, Rachel and I, we live just 2 blocks away, so we had a bunch of the folks come on over, and there were like 10 kids here. It was incredible. They just all came over, and luckily I'm a child at heart, and my house, even though I don't have kids, it still works really well for kids. They got all the frisbees and the tennis rackets and the balls,
fun.
and they're throwing things over. They're climbing over the fence, and I'm like, this is so cool. I just absolutely love children and the wonder they approach the moments with. It makes me so happy. So to see all of that on Friday here, and the lawn held up. Thank you, Kuberski Brothers. It was wonderful to have everybody over and just. I don't know. It made me feel like I was back in Mount Carmel, and I realized as I get older, the more and more I long for that rural Iowa community. And luckily, here on my little street here in Waterbury, that neighborhood is growing. We're all becoming tight knit. It's wonderful.
That is wonderful. Do you ever see yourself moving back away from Des Moines?
No, Des Moines, I love it so much here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to Hamilton on Friday. Which, obviously I could do that if I was from Carroll too, but it is really nice to be like, you wrap up the show and you're 10 minutes from your house.
Yeah.
Like, I just love that so much. I can see maybe one day, getting something, an acreage or something a little as close to Des Moines as possible.
Oh, come
but
on.
having that feel.
It doesn't
maybe,
count then.
Creating a compound with with my brother and all my brother-ish friends, and it would be great.
I pretty much live on a compound with my parents. My brother, he refuses to move to the compound because he's like, I'm not doing that. But
that's totally fine. I think
should.
that might be a wise move. If you don't want to be
No.
there, definitely don't move there.
Why not?
it'll
Well,
just
I mean,
cause
what would be
problems.
better than living next door to your sister? I don't know.
It depends on who your sister is, and I know his sister.
And she's fucking
She's really mean to
crazy.
people at grocery stores.
Not me. Not me. You will not catch me being mean in the grocery store. You'll catch me being mean on my drive home, saying things in my head that, Kate,
I
what
have
about
had
you?
so many great insults in my own head. It was great, but I've just never given them to anybody. So
My weekend was really good. I ended up spending a day at Pride Fest and just kind of checking out all that just because I wasn't there last year. And I've heard it's like a crazy spectacle in Des Moines. So I went and saw that, and there was a lot of live music, and went to like some sort of silent disco thing. I'm not really super familiar with those, but that was really crazy.
I think the last time I saw you at Pride Fest was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe. Kay, do you remember? And it was absolutely downpouring.
Yes, yeah. I had
And-
to come pick all of you guys up because it was
Yes.
so bad, and we
At
just
Pride?
loaded in my.
Yeah.
I'm
my
sure the
shitty
glitter was just
Ford.
running down the streets then.
It probably was. It was
Yeah.
like, it was raining. It wasn't drizzle. It was full on Noah's Ark type stuff. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Except in this case, it was real. Okay, I'm sorry. Top
Come
topics.
on.
What do we got today? What do we got? What
Well-
fun topics do we have?
Cade was talking about how he gets up early, or he gets up too early. He can't do his hair. I know that you stay up late, and a recent study says almost half of Americans are bad at mornings. So, a recent survey of 2,000 U.S. adults found that almost half admit they're just not morning people. The average person hits snooze 8 times a month. That's not that many. I don't think 8 times a
Well,
month.
This
Twice
is
a week?
what I found out. I've recently been wearing this Whoop for about we're getting close to a month now, where it just takes your biometric
I
readings.
cannot believe you. I cannot believe you are doing that.
I know. I held off, but I was like, I got to get the data, and it turns out
You're not getting the data. The big companies are getting the data. They're going to sell it, and they're going to make a little robot clone of Scott. Again, I just can't
come
with
on,
you.
we already knew that was the first human being that robots want to clone is Scott Sipker. So it was going to happen one way or the other.
They're going to name him Scott Wilder, and then you're going to get jealous of your clone, and it's just going to be this big thing.
But what I found, I thought that I have been a good sleeper my whole life. I've also been a napper. Well, it turns out that I don't sleep very well. I'm getting so few hours of sleep, even though I'm in bed. And once I hit the
What you
snooze,
doing in there?
or once the alarm goes off, if I hit the snooze, all of that time afterwards It doesn't mean it. It's not sleep. It's not actually recording it as sleep. I have to.
Once you hit snooze after that.
Yeah, once your alarm wakes you up, your body's like, ugh. And you might be able to like go to a real shallow place in sleep, but it's not restorative at all. So I have to make some big changes. I'm realizing.
What
to
time
my
are you
health.
setting your alarm? Is it a certain time every single day? Your schedule's a little different every day. So is it the same time every day? Do you like to get up at the same time?
I judge my success based on how many no alarm days I can have. And I've had a lot more of those than the average person because I'm very, very lucky. And I wouldn't change it for a thing. But still, it turns out if you go to bed at 1 or 2 in the morning and you eat like real crappy at that time of night for one reason or the other, it just really leads to very poor sleep. And then you maybe walk around with circles under your eyes since you were in 2nd grade and you thought, well, this is just the way I am. No,
It's genetic.
it's because I'm tired. I got raccoon eyes because I'm tired, and I didn't know it till I was 42 years old. So I got to change some things.
I got 2 things. First of all, that thing you have reminds me of this guy who got caught cheating on his wife because his heart rate went up in the middle of the night when he was on a
Hell
work
yeah.
trip. And I
Oh,
just
I
think
love
that's
it.
really funny.
Oh, that is so good. That is so great.
Yes.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
a Black Mirror episode just waiting
Yeah.
to happen. We're here now. Wow,
Yep.
good, yeah.
The other thing is I've never used a snooze button. I don't believe in that. I set an alarm every 2 minutes, and I have about 35 alarms. And I have this app that you, when your alarm goes off, and it's like a tornado siren alarm. But I have to do this puzzle on my phone 3 times before the alarm stops going off. That way I wake up. So I've kind of figured it out.
That's so wise.
Thank you.
I got to do that.
Yeah. It's a
see-
free app too. It's pretty unreal. It's pretty great.
See, I respect you and your father so much because you guys are obviously overthinkers, but you've been so much more healthy and you don't do idiotic things.
That's not true. That's just not accurate.
You don't do the level of idiotic that I do. Maybe that's the way I would want to
Okay,
say it. You
I'll
guys
take
are
that.
just,
I'll take
you're
that.
so, I'm jealous of your morals and your ethics, and I work every day to try and be as good as the Murphys. It's worth aiming for. But I think I just learned something from Cade there. Got to do it.
You just got to do it. So when people wake up late, 41% of them skip breakfast, which we all know, the big fat lie, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, which I don't believe. 16% skip showers, yuck, and 11% even skip brushing their teeth.
So, Kenza, what about people that shower before bed the night
That's fine.
before? That's
That's fine.
acceptable? Okay.
Yeah,
I do that
that's fine.
sometimes because I want to sleep in as long as possible.
Yeah.
So sometimes
Yeah.
I kind of cut
And
some
you can
time by
wear a
showering
hat
right
to
before
work,
bed.
so it's that helps a lot.
No, I think it's totally fine to shower before bed, but not brushing your teeth.
That's unacceptable.
Whenever I
That's
hear bad
unacceptable.
things about people and people doing things like that, like not brushing your teeth, I always just think about that. Like those are the people that I share the road with, that I share conversations with. Like those people are among us. And I just want to say, what the hell are you doing?
I would say there's a
Sick.
big correlation between people who don't brush their teeth in the morning and people who still to this day don't wear their seatbelt while driving. I think there's a good overlap there.
Back when I was a lazy high schooler, sometimes my dad would talk me into brushing my teeth by just saying I have a funky ass mouth sometimes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But wait, I want to get to the shower situation. Are you saying that if somebody doesn't take a shower every single day, that there's something gross about them?
Yeah, you should be showering every single day.
You should not be showering every day.
Yes,
That's
you should.
bad
Okay,
for
yes,
your
you
skin.
should. Whatever.
No.
I don't
mean,
think
if
you
you're
should wash
getting
your
really
hair every day.
sweaty and smelly, if you're a
Yes.
smelly person, but if you're like me and you don't smell, I don't shower every single day. I don't need to shower every day.
You don't shower every single day?
No.
Scott.
No, I don't. No, you don't need to do. Especially, don't be shampooing your hair every day. That's for sure.
No, don't be shampooing your hair every single day. But you need to wash your ass every single day. Are you kidding me? Come on.
That's why you have a bidet.
I guess. But
Then you
can it
get
wash
your shower
balls
to take
too?
it. You get your
I'm
ass to take a
sorry.
shower every time. That's probably the better way to do it, don't you think?
It doesn't get everything down there. It doesn't get everything down there.
What bidet are you using?
I'm not using a bidet
That-
because I shower every day. You're not getting
You-
everything clean
What are
down
you talking
there.
about? You don't.
And you already
if
said
don't
that you're in
shower
bed all
right
this time.
after you take a poop, then the bidet is better. It's more hygienic. So I win. Gosh, this was great. I'm off to a great start today on Monday.
Okay. All right. TSA urges people to stop using their goddamn Costco card as a sufficient real ID. That's actually not how they said it, but that's how I would say it if I worked for the Transportation Security Administration. So they clarified this week in a freaking Facebook post, because how else are you going to do it? We love hot dogs and rotisserie chickens just as much as the next person, but please stop telling people their Costco cards count as a real ID, because it absolutely does not. It absolutely does not. And the reminder comes less than a month after the U.S. began requiring a real ID driver's license when flying domestically. Do you have your real ID?
Of course I do. I got it years ago, like a regular person should have.
Like after 9/11? Did you?
You know, I'm surprised. No, this is one of those things. Why can't you use a Costco membership card to get on a plane? I think this is an overreaction.
It says a lot
to
about a
9/11.
person. It says they're responsible. It says they have a family they're buying for. They're not gonna be the ones to blow up a plane. They have a Costco membership. Why would you blow up a plane when you have Costco waiting for you?
This is what I'm saying. Just let them on the plane.
Is the real ID the star?
Yeah, the gold star.
I think I'm good, actually. I was worried about that. I think I'm good.
Yeah, if you've been to the DMV in the last 5 years, you probably have one.
I went.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought I
do.
had everything on me to get it. I didn't. It's when I worked in Waukee, and so it was right there. I went out on my lunch break, so I could have gone the next day, but no. Like, it took so much out of me to make that appointment and to go and to bring all the things that I thought I needed, and then I don't know. I didn't bring a water bill or something to.
I am a
Anyway,
regular
so I didn't do
at
it.
that DMV, and I understand exactly
Why
what
are
you're
you
saying.
a regular there?
I lose my ID from time to time.
It's not because you're not
Okay.
closing out your bar tab or
I'm
things like
still
that,
like
not leaving
Cade
at a
in some
bar.
ways.
That is true. Yeah. I never keep an open bar tab. That's a foolish thing to do.
Yeah.
What?
I close after every drink. Absolutely.
Cade Murphy, this
What?
is ridiculous.
What?
Don't do
How?
that.
Why?
No, that makes you seem really cheap.
Maybe I am.
What do you
I don't
mean
know.
cheap? No.
You're
I'm just not trying to
closing it
lose my
out?
debit card. I don't want to lose my
Yeah.
debit card. I hate the anxiety in the back of my head of having to remember to get it before leaving. So I just close it every time.
So like every 10 minutes, you're going up there and be like, close me out. And then
I
the
don't put
bartender
drinks
has
down
to
that
stop what they're
fast.
doing, print it all out. You have to sign it, put it on, blah, 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 blah. You're doing that every time.
Yeah.
This is insane.
You're probably right, but it ain't going to
How many
change.
times have you had to go and either cancel your card or show up to the bar the next day to go pick up your card that you left there? I mean, I've canceled cards because I'm too embarrassed to go back to the bar where I left my card open. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not walking in there with my tail between my legs, all hung over from the next day. I'm not doing it.
It happened to me once, and that was in Ames, and I was already back in Des Moines, so I just ordered a
Gotta
new one
cancel
and
it.
was like, I'm going to close it. I'm not going back to
Yeah.
Ames.
Yeah. No, I'm not going back to
Close the
Ames.
card.
Yes, time to get a new one.
Mine was at Pints in downtown Des Moines.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that place even still open?
Yes, I was there this weekend. You're not getting
What?
that card back.
Pints is still open?
Yes, dude,
It
Pints
doesn't
is-
change to
They
like
should
the
burn that
rooftop?
place to the ground.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree.
Wait, I
but
thought it was PBR bar or something now. No?
everyone still calls it Pints, though, even if it
okay.
is PBR. I mean, I think there's still a pint sign on top of the building, though. Either way, it's Pints. Doesn't matter what you call it. It's
You know what we need to do? We need to have an overthinking Saturday night
Patio
out
tour.
in Des Moines. The three of us, we go out and we go
Tear
to
it up.
all these stomping grounds, hit all the full court press places, maybe hit up Copper Cup, where when I was a single man, I want you to know that I had my own private bottle at Copper Cup.
Your own
Bottle of
private.
Jameson.
That's a problem. That is
You-
that's a issue indicator.
I have
you
to
had your
tell you
own
though,
private
it was
bottle.
super cool. You bring your friends down there, or maybe a lady that you're courting, and you're like, "Hey, this sounds so uncool." Sorry.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Hey, you
When
want
does
a
it
shot
get
of
cool?
Jameson? Yeah. Hey, barkeep, grab my bottle. And they'd be like, "What's your name?" "You don't know my name? I got a bottle here."
I used to go by the Iowa nice guy. You know, so I'll show you nice. Hey, no, Scott, that's not cool. You have your own bottle behind the bar. That's
I did.
Sir,
It
we
was
need to
like
have a talk.
$140 for a bottle of Jameson. And yeah, it was so dumb. But I was in the phase of like, I need to seem cool. What would Brooks Reynolds do? That's usually what my North Star. And Brooks Reynolds seems like a guy who would have his own bottle. So there I had it. Next week I'm starting my own bacon fest.
We're gonna do a patio tour. We're gonna have a bacon. We're gonna have placenta fest. We're gonna be doing all this stuff. Hell yeah.
Placenta fest.
Placenta fest.
Presented by Overthinking, not two guys.
That's right. Darn it. Okay,
What's this?
now we're going to talk about
into an otter story.
Some runaway animals, because why the hell not? I like animals. You like animals, and everyone loves an animal who can eventually find the freedom that it so much deserves. Okay, so a Wisconsin zoo announced that it has called off the search for an otter on the loose since March, explaining that the animal has made the decision to be a wild otter. So basically they're saying this otter got loose. We cannot find it. He has chosen to be wild, and we're just sick of looking for it.
Yeah,
That's
a second otter
much what
also
happened
got
here.
loose at the same time, but they found that otter and brought it back to its friendly
so
confines. But this otter,
Louie and Ophelia, and this is Louie right here. Ophelia, she was captured. She was taken back. So now, since they are done looking for Louie, they have to go and find Ophelia a new mate, because apparently otters are the type of animal that have to be mated up. And so Louis
They like to
just
hold
caused.
hands. I
they
got some
do.
bad news for Ophelia, but this reminds me of that time in my life when my brother shot a rabbit with a BB gun and didn't kill it, but just paralyzed it from the waist down. Does a rabbit have a waist? The
just gonna
bottom half
say.
of the rabbit.
Would love to see.
And my dad wasn't very happy, but he's like, okay, well, kids, I have to take care of this. So he took a baseball bat and the rabbit and went behind, And then when he came back, he said, you guys are so lucky. That rabbit ran off just as I was about to kill it. That lie my father told is the same lie the zoo is telling me. This otter, Louis, he gone. He gone. He ain't alive. This thing is dead. And it probably was a terrible, gruesome death. Probably like a bald eagle with American freedom in its talons. Just.
Oh, you're thinking, yeah.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
He's
Returned
for sure
to nature.
gone. Because they did say he has not shown up on cameras and yards and things like that, so we could set a trap for him. So yeah, I think you're probably right. But plus, an otter is not something I would go to a zoo to see, right? I don't know. Otters are just so basic.
I wouldn't believe Scott's theory if the zoo didn't say we expect that he's doing just fine out there. That's such an obvious. Yeah, he's so dead, dude.
Yeah, he didn't.
I bet
He
he's
didn't
doing
make it.
great though. He's doing great.
You know what?
Yeah.
He's maybe he's met up with. Is there still one of those prisoners from New Orleans out there on the loose that escaped from prison? I hope that Louis and that guy are just they're just hanging out.
They'd make a likely pair. They could do some crimes together. Look at Louis. He looks
Maybe
like
they're both already in Mexico.
and they both deserve it. I think if you elude the police and you elude capture. Wait, what did that guy do? Was it murder?
I don't know. I don't know what he did. I know he escaped though.
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
think he was a murderer. If he was a murderer, I
Okay.
don't think he'd have been in that prison.
Okay. I mean, if you don't murder and you escape prison, I think you deserve freedom because they didn't do a good job keeping
This is
an
a
eye on you.
terrible. I understand your heart being in that place.
If it's not
Mackenzie, 'cause it's
murder-
so hard to get out.
Yeah.
However, we can't encourage people with their freedom
I'm
if you just get out of this place because everyone would just constantly try to get out.
And aren't they doing that anyway? I think prison is just kind of like a loose term for like escape room, like wink, like you're going to be here and we're going to
If you
be
have a
here.
life sentence, yes.
But if
But
you
if
get
you
out,
just got like a 4-year term and you're not a chomo, like you just wait it out. You just gotta do your time.
unless you get out earlier.
Now, if you're a chomo, you want to get out as soon as possible because that place is not for you. It's
If
going to be
you're a
really, really bad
chomo,
in there.
You shouldn't be in there at all. You should be on that island that we're going to send bombs to every once in a while. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah, I forgot. You hate chomos so much. You just want to kill them all.
who doesn't? Are you
would-
kidding me?
You would that
Scott,
and
what
the
are you saying? What are you saying? You like chomos?
No, I think they're terrible. However, man, they are really tortured inside there. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say. You know, it just feels like that's not the way our prison
That's
system
one
should
thing
work. But
I don't overthink. They should all, unfortunately.
you don't. I just think that there's probably at least one or two chomos in there who were found guilty and they're innocent and they're being treated that, like that's the downside, right? Like if you know somebody's totally guilty, that's different. But our system is not 100% when it comes to accuracy of guilt and not guilt.
But you know what the good thing is? Ed, the runaway pet zebra, has been captured in Tennessee. So the first problematic thing is that he was a pet zebra. A runaway pet zebra that was on the loose for more than a week in Tennessee became an internet sensation in the process. He was captured yesterday, authorities said. And here he is, all zipped up in a bag, being carried out in a helicopter. Like, I would think they had to tase or not tase, what's the word? Like trank.
Yeah.
But he is fully awake and just sitting up. He was airlifted and flown by
I
helicopter.
saw another angle and he was kind of excited, if you know what I mean. Yeah. The old red lipstick was hanging out.
Oh my God, you're sick.
I'm not. Hey, it's just a photo. If you turn this around, you'd see it. He was quite excited to be up in the air that high, or
Maybe there's a
terrified,
reason.
and he just had a fear boner.
Oh, yeah. A fear boner and fear farts. He was spotted and filmed running along Interstate 24, forcing deputies to shut the entire interstate down, which is absolutely hilarious, unless he had someplace to be. But then he escaped into a wooded area. And there were several sightings of him over social media, like throughout the week. And after a month, he was captured. After a week, he was captured. And this comes 1 month after a runaway kangaroo shut down a section of an Alabama interstate. What is going on with all these animals? I think they know that something's
AI's coming.
off. AI is coming, and they know they can just get away with whatever the hell that they needed to get away with. But this picture of the zebra, I think it's going to live rent free in my mind for a little bit because that's just hilarious. I'm glad I didn't see
wait
his
till
big
you see
old
the other
zebra.
side. Yeah, it's
No.
impressive. He's well endowed, but then
I
again, that just
saw-
might be normal for a zebra.
I saw a video the other day, and it said, "Guess how elephants scratch their stomachs?" Do you know how an elephant
With
scratches
their
their stomach?
penis? Not their
Yeah.
trunk.
No, I thought
Really?
I was looking at this video and I thought, oh, it's a baby elephant coming up from behind. No, it was not a baby elephant. It was
So instead of the trunk here, it's down here, and it's like kind of like when John
Yeah.
Mayer uses his whammy bar. He doesn't need to use his hand.
sure, just like John Mayer using his whammy bar. It was a lot like that. This elephant scratching his stomach with his wiener.
That's a big wiener. Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't it suck to
Congratulations.
have if you were the elephant with the smallest wiener and it was still giant? Okay, sorry, I heard the music. I guess we'll move on.
Your voice matters. Scott's doesn't in this, but yours does. And as an Iowa Corn Growers Association member, you help shape policies that impact your farm from the local level to Washington, D.C. ICGA fights for priorities set by farmers, including higher ethanol demand, Scott's favorite, unleaded 88, expanded trade opportunities, and key tax credits. Be a part of the movement shaping the future of Iowa agriculture and sign up now at iowacorn.org/join.
Yeah, thanks to all the comments coming in. Yeah, I guess how else would you scratch your own stomach if you were an elephant?
Okay, guys, I have a new segment for our rundown called Explain That Gram. I took 2 photos off your guys' Instagram. I just need some extra context behind
boy.
it.
Oh, no.
Kenzie, you were a little harder to find. Most of your stuff is pretty, self-explainable. I didn't read the captions on either of these, so I just want your guys' context years later. Or time, I don't know when you guys
Oh, my
posted this.
God.
I don't know, it's not that old. But it's just
I'm gonna
photos I
hate
saw
this.
that I thought
This
were
is good.
funny.
All right,
No,
all
Kenzie,
right.
yours
Oh
is
my
good.
God.
Yours doesn't even involve you. It was just
Oh
a
my
photo I
gosh.
saw that was funny. So
Okay.
we're going to start with you, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought
This
that
is-
was on my Instagram.
Nope,
That's Scott.
That's when I was trying to learn some dance moves while dressed up as a woman.
Okay.
I'm a theatrical guy,
Yeah, sure. No.
and this was the first time I had ever put on high heels. It took me a while to find them. I had to go onto the internet. Turns out I have abnormally large women feet.
Oh, my
And
God.
I
Yeah, what size are those shoes?
I think they're 11s, whatever that. Well, I'm an 11 in a man's shoe. I don't know what that. I think it was a 13. I could dig
my
these out because you
God.
never know when I'm going to need a set of high heels
never-
again.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I did not twist my ankle, luckily, and I brought these all the way with me to New York City when I was visiting then, because I needed to practice walking around. So in my Airbnb, I would like spend 10 minutes a day walking in these things. I don't know how you women all do this all the time. It's not fun. I don't want to do it.
I don't do it anymore because I
But
realize it's not
yep,
worth
that's
it.
me.
And also, I
think
work from
I
home.
have good legs. I have good legs.
Yeah, you do. You have a nice arch on those feet. Wow.
My ballet teacher told me, and this is how you knew I was terrible at ballet, because this is the only compliment she ever gave me. She goes, "You have beautiful feet, Scott."
Oh.
It's like, okay, you're lying to
When
me.
were you in ballet? What
In
age
graduate
were you in
school.
ballet?
Yeah.
All right, Kenzie, this one
25.
is for you. This is one of your children, by the way. I just thought it was a hilarious
Okay.
photo. Need you to explain that.
Oh my God, this is so sweet. That's Cash when he was probably what, I don't know, a year old, holding a potato. I
His
think
face in the
I
potato
know.
is just so good. Dude.
they
does
kind of
frown.
look alike.
Yeah, they look alike. It looks like
no offense. Oh.
he is doing an impression of the potato.
The best part is I was scrolling through your Instagram and there was like all these word posts, just with like, you know, texts and like a pretty border, and then there was just
yeah.
this photo, and I
Oh
just
my
thought it was
God.
so funny.
What did I caption it? Did I caption it? Back then I was funnier about
That
my
can't
captions.
be true. I'll have to.
these
It's
days.
so far down there. I don't even remember.
Oh
I didn't
my
want to look at
God.
it because I didn't wanted as little context as possible.
That is so
What-
funny.
What
I have
shirt
no
does
idea.
he have on? A Kyle?
I think it's a Kyle Larson
Larson.
sprint car racing T-shirt. Jeff and the boys are big Kyle Larson fans, and Hayes is so much of a Kyle Larson fan. He calls him Carl Lawson, which I love.
Carl Walsh.
Let's go, Carl Lawson. Okay, buddy.
Sounds
All
like
right,
something
guys.
you take for a sore throat.
Next one, Kenzie, you're gonna be the judge in this. This is a little contest. So
Yay, I'm
we
good
had
at judging.
we had a very popular segment where I turned me and Scott into women and you into a man. So this time around, I decided to just give some of our podcast hosts some makeovers via the same app, and I just want you to judge who had the biggest glow up.
Okay,
Scott, you
Holy
can
shit.
provide
Okay,
feedback,
okay.
but we're gonna start with Chris Williams. He's got sort of a Waylon Jennings vibe
Oh
going on.
shit. You know, I feel like this is in Chris's future with all of the doomsday prepping. Like this is Chris just a couple months after living in his little dugout.
Yep.
What do you call that? Bunker. Yeah.
This is a
I
good
actually,
look for Chris, though.
I see this happening to Chris.
He looks like he could have been out of Game of Thrones with that hair and that beard.
He looks like Waylon
looks
Jennings.
like-
He looks like
he
a
looks
country
like-
star.
One of the Duck Dynasty boys.
Yeah.
Make me a sandwich.
Yeah.
That's what yeah.
He looks
Yeah.
good. He should
I
once
like it.
that UCLA hair restoration that's
Yeah.
actually coming down the line. What, by 2030 we think?
We can have Chris looking like this by 2031.
Imagine that hair thing combined with the T. Like
Yeah,
exactly.
he's gonna
this
be
is
a-
him. He's
he's
going to
gonna be
be
a machine.
unstoppable.
I don't
Yeah,
even know
either
who's
that or
next
dead.
after this. I added quite a few amount. Oh, this is Scott. Quite a few, yes.
If I had that hair,
I love it.
I would wear my hair like that if I could.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty close too, because my hair gets pretty wavy. Ooh,
Just grow it out, Scott. I love it. I love this.
I would, but unfortunately here, this is the problem, and it looks really weird. But I am in the process. Walter Goggins, you can't even tell.
Walton.
But Walt
I love that he
Goggins
calls
is
him
in-
Walter. It's
Yeah,
so funny.
he has inspired me to go a little longer on top. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll see. It looks
This
better
is great.
in
And it's like
person.
kind of like auburn. It's like auburny too. It's like a little reddish. Is your natural
I
hair
have
like
a little
that?
bit of that. I have. You know, if my hair just wasn't so werewolfy and receding, I'd be more handsome. There's no doubt. This
Scott,
this
you're
photo
a
reveals it.
handsome dude. You're
Thanks.
handsome.
Yeah, whatever.
I want to touch that hair. I don't know if I'd be
I would.
allowed to. I just
Yeah,
wanna
I'd run my
touch
fingers
it.
through that.
Yeah. I
Ready
would
for the
too.
next one?
Yep.
We've got Drake Brand.
This is good. This is
What
good
is
for
going
him.
on here?
Jake needs to grow out his beard. This one doesn't even. This one seems so realistic.
I know.
Like he
This
could
app's
absolutely
crazy.
do this. I don't know if he has the masculinity to grow a beard like that.
I think
Of course he does.
He
I
has
think
to.
He
He
does.
needs to do it. Jake,
I
do
Are
it
those
now.
his glasses or are those
No,
also
those
added
those
in?
were added as well because I just thought they
Okay.
were so funny.
Yeah, like he looks
He looks like a
scary.
stud. Yeah, he looks like a stud. He
Yeah,
already
he
does look
does.
like a stud, but
Yeah,
extra
Jake's a
extra
stud.
stud. Yeah.
He's
all
very.
right.
Wow.
He's more nice looking now. Like he's just like a very
Oh, yeah.
approachable.
Yes, this is
Jake right
scary.
here is
He's
I
done
know.
some time.
well.
He
I was
looks
gonna
like
s-
he's-
no.
Yeah.
This is a guy who would break that otter out of the zoo.
All right,
And do
guys.
what
I'm
with
ready to present to you the next one. I'm very excited for this one. This
Oh,
is formerly Chris Hassel, now known as Chad Hassel.
Oh my God, Christian Bale, handsome. Oh my God, this guy right here. This
No,
Chris
who does
Hassel
it look
needs
like?
to do this.
He looks like
Jesus
Bradley Cooper.
Christ. Bradley Cooper,
He does
Jesus
look like
Christ.
Jesus. But
Yeah.
Hassel, wow. Oh my gosh.
He's
If
turning
I
water
were
into a
attracted to men,
martini.
I'd be attracted to that man.
It does look like Bradley Cooper. Wow.
That's really good looking.
Yeah, that's good.
Grow
Look at all
that
these
beard out,
beards.
Hassel.
All these men with these beards.
I now for my personal favorite,
Yep.
Keith Lennon.
You did your dad dirty.
No, I
your
did it.
dad
No, I
dirty.
did it.
No.
Hey man, the app wants what the app wants. I don't know what to tell you.
You did
No.
it
I don't know what to
dirty.
tell you. No, dude. The
No.
app wants what the app wants. I don't know what to tell you
This
guys.
looks like
Like, hey,
Reverend Ray
brother.
Green's brother. Right,
He looks
Reverend?
like-
Yeah.
He looks like Brad Pitt on heroin or something. I don't even.
Is that an AI shirt? Because I don't feel
No,
like I'd
that's
ever
an
see your
actual
dad
short.
wear
No,
that shirt.
these guys are in the same photo together. I just cropped them.
Look
Crop
at
them
oh
separately.
no way, Jose.
Wow.
I don't. No. Keith Murphy would never. Let me just say. He would never.
He would never.
No.
He would absolutely
No.
never.
Oh my
All right,
God.
guys.
What prompt did you put in?
Nothing. It's an app that actually just adds facial hair and stuff. I'll send you
Whatever
the
it
app
wants.
after this. It's free. It's pretty fun.
Holy hell.
Got to put some filters on Jeff. All right, Scott, this is a question I'm very excited to ask you, but Kenzie, I need your feedback too. If you split the U.S. in half and start a war, which side is winning?
The right.
Oh, East and West?
The
And
east side.
Iowa, we got to be on the East? Oh, okay. Whew. I thought you were going to break it down
remember,
to Mississippi. Because
The
that
East gets Florida and New York, which is a big advantage, but the West gets a lot of Texas and Texas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think it's a fair question.
I think
don't
the
know.
East dominates here.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
All those Appalachian people, they're going to come out. They're going to have like 6 arms because they're all inbred and they're going to be able to fight like 5 guys at once.
Well,
Yeah,
clearly
we're
you've
gonna,
never been to Nevada where we have launched and landed mini nuclear weapons. I don't know. You've seen Vegas Vacation before.
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
that, up here. But I think this wouldn't be close. The East would absolutely dominate. They would get their superior navy down to the Panama Canal quickly and take it over, I would think. And then at that point, what's going to happen? I mean, California is probably where you're going to set up your capital if
They're
you're in
all
the
going to
West.
jump into the ocean because they're going to be too scared. They're just jumping into the ocean.
They could do some damage, certainly. But the financial center is in New York City. It's just everything's so much closer together in the East. It's so much easier to get supplies going.
Okay, what
I
if
just
you
don't.
give the West all of Texas as opposed to give them all of Texas as opposed to
Texas would be hard to conquer, but I can't see Texas doing a whole lot to actually be able to undercut the economic advantages that the East has. And even
like
if you
how
look at the fertile ground, I mean,
Scott's
a lot of
coming
it
at
is going to
it
be
like-
in the East.
with such logic, and I'm just like, we're tougher over here. We are scrappier over
Yeah,
here.
I'm-
We could kick someone's ass better over here. We're like, we're farmers. We're tough. We're inbred. Just
And
I'm not
even in this
expecting
case-
I'm not expecting any technological warfare here. Let's say it's just a flat battlefield. We put all of the East and all
It's
of the
just a
West on
pitched
one
battle?
side. It's just a fight, man. It's just a war. It's like a
That's what I've been
George
basing it off of
Washington
this entire
war.
time
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
It's the
Then-
right. It's the East.
I think you still go with the East because there's got to be the population is much bigger on the East in the East here than the West. So if you go mano a mano, the East still wins. I don't see what any advantage the West would have. Otherwise, then you could hide in the mountains. There's like other places you could go and do that, but you're not going to win the war that way. I think the East just demolishes the West.
I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, I'm ready. And we're
We're
going to
ready
whip
to
their
go.
ass. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Holy buckets, Cade.
Now it's time for
that
my
was,
favorite
That was great.
segment.
Now it's time for Overthinking in the Wild. Thank you to everyone who submitted their Overthinking in the Wild. So, as a reminder on this, we love what you send us. We open up a submission box. It's usually every Sunday, but don't be afraid to just, you're overthinking something, just send it to us. Or go to speakpipe.com/overthinking and record us a nice little voice message. Okay? Okay, don't make me say it again. You know I'm in a bad mood. Kate, what do we have?
Danny R is overthinking whether he should pack a sport coat in a small suitcase so it can fit in the overhead bin.
That's a tough one because, right, the only time you want the sport coat is when it's not wrinkly. A wrinkly sport coat is useless. So what do you... It's hard to... I don't know. Mackenzie, please. And what do you think?
Well, I assume that everything I'm going to pack in my suitcase anyway is going to show up wrinkled, so I'm going to be ready with my steamer at the hotel or wherever I'm going, and I'm going to steam it out.
But a sport coat has to be dry cleaned. Like, you can't just
you
steam
can
it out.
steam out the wrinkles of a sport coat. Yes. Yeah, I think you can.
I don't
think you
think
can steam
so.
anything. Yeah, I think you can steam anything. I
You
do.
can steam anything, but I don't think it's going to help.
Yeah, it will. Come on. Otherwise, just wear the jacket on the plane, so it doesn't get all wrinkly.
You know what? You hit it on the
Yeah.
head. That's
Come on.
exactly right. Danny, don't overthink it.
overthinking
Just
it,
wear the
Danny.
sport coat.
Wear the sport. Look, you'll be
You'll
worst
look
case
good.
scenario. You're the worst or you're the best dressed guy on the airplane. Come on, you'll get bumped to first class. You'll get some free pretzels and things. Let's think a little bit. All right.
Uncle John, I love that submission name, is overthinking why isn't Kroger's pronounced like Roger with a K in front of it, like Crogers? I think you just got your answer, man. I don't.
I've never
Who's
thought
Uncle
about
John?
this before.
Who's Uncle John? Is it your Uncle John?
This is my own Uncle John. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say I have an Uncle John, but I know for a fact he
I
does
have an
not
Uncle
watch
John
this.
too. Does
Oh my
everyone have an
God.
Uncle John?
I hope
Wow,
so.
which
It's a
It's a
very
simulation
common name.
glitch. Well, come on, Scott.
Never thought about this though.
Muhammad.
I've never been to Kroger's.
Is that an East Coast thing?
I know it's on the West Coast. It's when
West
I was living in
Coast.
Arizona, it was the big grocery store there, and it is nothing compared to Hy-Vee. I'll say that much. Hy-Vee,
Crogers.
but yeah, Crogers.
I will never be able to see Kroger's again without
Yeah, I don't think I
asking
will
this
either.
question.
Uncle John ruined
Thanks,
it for
Uncle John.
everyone. Thanks, Uncle John.
Uncle John. Just because it's not. It's just not. That's
it's just
why.
not, man. It's just not.
Uncle John was a garbage man for Des Moines for like 25 years. He,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
he knows his way
respectable.
around this. This is a
Yeah.
blue collar guy. He's
Yeah.
got good questions.
Yes, he does.
That is a good question. That's something you think about between stops in the garbage truck. I like it a lot.
Chris R is overthinking if they made the right career choice or if I'm just writing it out because I accidentally became good at what I'm doing.
Jeez, Chris. God.
This is
What a great question.
Yeah.
If I made the right career choice or I'm just writing it out because I accidentally became good at what I'm doing.
I kind of feel like it's the same thing, right? Like,
Right.
I think you did make the right career choice because you found something that you're good at, which makes me think you're getting paid well to do what you did. And usually people make a career choice so that they can gather resources and have time to relax and enjoy their life. If that's happening, I hope so. If you hate yourself, Chris, if you hate your life, if you hate your boss, if you hate your family, friends, and children, then you definitely have made the wrong career choice. And I'd switch that up. I would.
Yeah, I'm with you, Scott. I think if you're good at what you're doing, then you're enjoying it. I guess I can't say that for
That
sure.
can't be true. You know,
No,
I mean,
that can't be true. No, that can't be true. Yeah, I agree. Unless you hate it, unless you hate yourself when you're doing it, unless you're building, like nuclear bombs and I guess that's all important work.
Almost
Yeah.
everybody is writing it out. I mean, even if you pick the right career, right? Aren't most people just sort of like writing it out until the weekend, or writing it out till the 2 weeks a year you get a vacation, or writing it out until you're retired? I feel like that's kind of what a career is.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah.
Or am I?
No,
I mean,
you're not.
I like
you're,
my
you're,
career,
you're
but
right.
it's still stressful. Clearly, I haven't. My Whoop tells me I'm 1.1 years older than I actually am. So clearly, I
Those
need
things
to
are
change
trash.
some things.
You need to throw that in the trash. That thing is just a way to make you feel more guilt and track more of your data and
Or
to
maybe
learn
I'll
more about
actually
us
be
as human
happier.
beings.
Maybe if I actually get 8 hours of sleep every day, because I thought I was. Turns out, no. Maybe I'll be happier.
Try it, but you don't need a little thing on your wrist to tell you that you're doing it.
Well, I
okay?
never would have thought I needed to get more sleep. I thought I got too much sleep. I felt terrible about the amount of sleep that I get. It makes me feel bad every day when I wake up and think,
Just
you just
record yourself
wasted a
sleeping.
third of your day sleeping, you lazy bastard.
Oh my God.
Ashley S. has been overthinking whether she wants kids or if she's romanticizing tiny Halloween costumes and family vacations. Kenzie, I think you're the most equipped for this question.
I will take it first, but then I'm going to pass it out to Scott because Scott, I believe, is in a similar situation as this, or maybe he's not. I don't want to speak for him. Yeah, Jeff and I didn't know if we wanted kids for a really long time. We were married for 5 years before we decided to have kids. And I was thinking the same thing, like, oh my God, my life's going to change. I'm not going to be able to go to the Des Moines Farmers Market anymore and leave my card at Pints. I'm not going to be able to get, do whatever I want. And then we had a baby. And then we were still able to do the same exact things. Not that that's what it's about. Like, you should expect for your life to change because you are now in service to somebody else and someone who is much more important than you. And it changed my life for the better. So now we have 3 kids. So I apparently liked it a little bit. I liked part of it. Anyway, I love my children. I love my life 500 times more now being a mom than I did before I was a mom, even with all those freedoms and all those things. But that's not to say it's not for everybody. So yeah, I'm not going to say make a pros and cons list about parenting, but you really have to know if you're ready to give your life to somebody else.
It's got to be a hell yes, right? Like, if you're going to be a parent and you're
No,
like,
I don't think it has to be a hell yes.
You
No,
got to be
because
a
I
hell
think
yes.
No, I don't think so. Because
If it's not a hell yes, it's a no.
that's not true. That's not true.
Because
once
think
the
if you're
baby's
like, I don't know if I want to have a kid. Let's just have one and see if I like it. I don't know
I'm
if
not
that's
saying
the right
that
choice
that's,
for that kid.
I'm not saying, well, how many accidental pregnancies have
That
happened? And they were
happens.
like, oh shit, like, I don't know if I want to have
that's
this baby.
different.
Then
This
the
is
baby,
a
no,
planned
it's
situation, though. She's overthinking whether or not she wants to do it.
I think if you kind of want to do it, if you can even picture the little vacation that your family's going to go on, the little Halloween costume, then you kind of want to do it. But
here's where I'm overthinking it. I'm
Okay.
terrified of how artificial intelligence and quantum computing is going to change the nature of our reality. And I just don't know, do I want to have a kid right now that in 10 years, I don't know.
I think you're looking too into that, man.
I don't know.
I mean, they were pushing babies out when there was nuclear bombs aimed at everywhere. You just gotta,
there was a
do it.
spike, in fact.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
babies
baby
being
boomers,
born.
baby boomers. My father included. Love you, you boomer. Yeah, I mean, you only have so much time on this planet. You can't wait for AI not to happen or something. You just got to do it, man. It's already here. It's too late. Just grow
That's
a
the thing.
pair.
problem.
We can't stop it. There's nothing I can do about it. I try to be positive, but it
can
is
stop
truly
it.
terrifying.
We can stop it. We
It's
can
definitely
stop it.
terrifying, but you know,
My kid, if I have a kid right now, probably their best friend is going to be the AI robot that they get at school as their companion. Instead of getting an iPad at school, you're going to get your own little AI
No.
robot.
I was reading a post this morning of this
am I the only
woman.
one that thinks that's cool as shit? Sorry, I didn't. But that,
You
I
think
think
it's
that's
cool?
Yeah.
Kate!
Yeah.
It might be super cool. Like if you got R2D2, like that's cool, right?
Yes.
You
That's
get
not
C3PO
cool.
though, that's annoying.
No,
So
no,
it
this,
just depends on how it goes.
no, it's not cool. The reason this world exists is because of relationships between people. Relationships between people.
But that's
not
going to change,
relationships.
and hence my concern.
Well, it's going to change if people like you keep promoting the use of AI for just on an individual basis. We are not
in
too late
15
for
years, if everybody has a chip put into their brain so that now they're connected to the internet just with their brain, which is probably at some point going to happen. Neural link is going to happen. Would you still want to have kids now if you knew that they were going to be part robot?
No, I don't know.
This is the thing that keeps me up at night.
Give me all the Neuralinks, brother. I'm ready to tune in with tune in with the robot.
I could, you know, I think
Kate's going to have 12 kids just so you can have 12
it.
extra robots.
Yeah. We could all benefit from a Neuralink, you know, grocery lists, things like that, things that I just forget. I wouldn't have my whiteboard with all of my work on it. I just have it, you know, stored up here. That wouldn't be that bad, but I don't know.
We're just on the cusp of the world being more different, more quickly than we ever have in the history of the world. And of course, that will continue to be the case moving forward. That's just the nature
That's how it
of
works.
how we
Because
do
that's what you've told me
technology.
in the past. You've always made me feel better about it. And all of a sudden now you're making me feel worse about it. You know what's stronger than AI? My peer pressure. And I will peer pressure you into having a baby.
Hey, man, you know, this is the only place we got. We can't go anywhere else, so you might as well just roll with it.
That's what you.
Yeah.
But that AI is going to be able to help us get off of this damn rock. We got 1 billion years before the sun runs out of hydrogen. 1 billion. That's it. We got to figure out how to get off of this thing.
That's not a me problem, brother. I'll be dead.
You think
Or
that, but with
they
AI,
can
your
just-
consciousness is going to be uploaded to the cloud. You're still going to be alive, Cade, in 1 billion years.
Like one of those heads on Futurama. Just
What
Thank
if
you.
we stay
You and
here
Walt Disney.
and they just pump more hydrogen into the sun? I think that would be the better idea. Like, I'm good here.
AI may be able to figure that out, but it would probably be easier for us just to go to there's plenty of stars that are way bigger than ours. We have a small
agree.
star. We
This-
just got to get out of here.
Oh, wait. I want to go back to that. Ask ChatGPT your toughest question. Bet you'll be shocked at how good it is. Yeah, that is so scary. And if you think that some of these like online BetterHelp and these online therapy things, you're already talking to a fucking robot. And if you don't understand that, you're nuts. And
I use chat so much that I've used it for 2 years so much. And I asked it like, what's my deepest fear? Oh my God. Will not show it to you. It is way too private and way terrifying at how accurate it was.
what ChatGPT's greatest fear is?
What ChatGPT thinks my greatest fear is. It did this whole psychological analysis on me. I'm like,
because you're
This
using
is
it too
awful.
much. You're telling it too much about you. Stop
That
doing
is
that.
100% true.
Scott,
Yep.
stop
Yep.
doing it. Stop doing
I can't
it.
do the work. I can't do the work that I do without it.
You did the work before AI got on scene.
Not
yes.
this quantity.
Oh my God, you're pissing me off.
I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do?
Use your
the
brain.
locomotive train is existing now. Should I still take the horse? No. I got to get on the train.
I'm going to go. I'm going to send an email to every single one of your clients. I'm going to say, would you still be paying Scott all this money if you knew he was just chat GPT in it?
You have to see. It's not that's the cool thing. It still has like you have a human touch to it. Because sometimes it'll
know.
give you a terrible answer and you'll just be like, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Try
Except
again.
some people don't even take the terrible. They're like, yep, that's good. And they post all over LinkedIn. And I'm like, that dumb bitch is using chat GPT again.
I've noticed a few of my YouTube accounts I go to sleep to are AI ran accounts.
Wait, you go
No.
to sleep listening to what do you listen to?
I like to
What
put
was-
on like, here's the top 30 most devastating historical disasters, and I'll just put that on while I'm going to bed.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
wrong with
and
you?
that's why Cade is on this show.
What?
That's a perfect thing in Overthinking.
I don't understand what the issue with
Why
that is.
do you want to go to sleep? You're being hypnotized into this doom. Like, what?
Sometimes it'll be about like the top 30 worst dictators of all time, like stuff like that.
And then
I
Chairman
feel
Mao
like I'm on
killed
another
10
planet
million
with you
people.
two right now. I
I'll, like-
cannot relate at all.
I'll like wake up in like a fog at like 3 a.m. and it's like Joseph Stalin. And it's like just talking about
You guys are absolutely
like,
nuts. Oh my God. I love you
seeing-
both, but I cannot get on board with this.
waking up to communist music and just like
Paul goes to sleep with Bob Ross videos on. That's my jam.
That's
right
probably
there.
a better
what I do.
idea.
That is way better.
I
Oh
go
my
to
God,
sleep to
you
some
guys.
good mythical mornings sometimes too.
I am stressed for you. I'm stressed for myself. I'm stressed for all of us. I'm not stressed because you guys right here listening get to go hear Murph and Andy spread some positivity.
And don't forget
That's
about
for
happy
certain.
hour on Fridays with Keith and Jenny.
I just love how
Yes.
funny Scott thought that was and how worried you are for me, Kenzo.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
am so stressed out right now. I am like sick to my stomach.
I love it.
that
I
That's
love-
for real what
I'm
you
gonna
do.
Will you send me that YouTube video, please?
Yeah, man.
Maybe
Yeah.
I can sleep tonight.
Oh
I
my
hope all your
God.
favorite bands stay together.